when we look at inputs data, the different things that we are taken out from the partners are, for example, the amount of materials we have in the machine. So this amount of permanent magnet, this amount of copper, etc., etc. Then what we look into is how does it impact on the environment, on different indicators. So that's where we have our own LCA database that we are using, and also different what we call characterization factors that that quantified how it impacts into a certain indicators. And in Maxima, we are looking at the climate change and the mineral resources more specifically. So we have also the data for that. So for the climate change impact, we are looking, so as I said, at the whole life cycle. We are looking also per life cycle phases. We are also looking at the use phase, because while you're using the e-motors, you will use some electricity, and your electricity mix also have a certain impact and emit certain greenhouse gases that are related also to the climate change impact. And then for end of life. And then we will look, what we are doing more specifically in Maxima is that we had different versions of the machine, and we were comparing their impact in terms of climate change from the production and use phase and also end of life. So for the mineral resources, it's a bit more complicated to explain because there are very different methodologies that we can have for these indicators. But we also look at, first, we are looking at how using a certain materials in Maxima impacts the scarcity of our resources. That's where, for example, copper is quite a burden for these typical depletion indicators. We are also looking at the end of life and the time the materials goes into its end of life and cannot be reused. Yeah, and similarly as for climate change, we are looking at that from raw materials extraction to end of life.